Volkswagen lovers, Mike Zarella here in my 2022 Volkswagen Taos SE front-wheel drive. And today I'm going to go over some things that can boost your performance and put a little more Fahrvergnügen in your ride. So let's get this done. First thing that you can do with your car, which a lot of people probably know this already, but maybe some of you do not, is to drive the car in sport. So for some cars, this doesn't really make much of a difference, but in some it does. I think with the Taos SE front-wheel drive, it certainly does. And what you can do is just literally put your gear selector down into drive and then just push back once, and then you'll see the car goes into sport mode. So you'll see the S there on your dashboard. So essentially it's gonna just give the car a little bit more responsiveness when you're especially driving around town. You know, you wanna give it a little more gas and sort of get out there into traffic or maybe pass someone on the highway. It's certainly gonna be a little bit more responsive and sort of, you know, have a little more power on demand. So I definitely recommend it. So the next thing that you can do is get yourself a Carista Module. So essentially what this does is it plugs into the car and it gives you access to change some of the car's settings. One of the things that you can do is just set the throttle setting from the factory gradual to direct instead. So essentially what this means is going to get the car a little bit more power, a little bit more on demand. So what you can do is basically just purchase this OBD sensor. It's about $30. And then download the corresponding app. It'll give you access for, you know, I think the first month is for free. Then you can purchase 1 month, 3 months, or a year. And all you really need to do is just log on there at least once and just basically change that setting over. You'll see a big difference. I actually go over this a little bit more in depth in another video. I'm going to put that link in the description section so you can see that and know exactly what to do. But all told, that's like $30 or about plus $10 for 1 month subscription. It's about $40. And the next thing basically I recommend is getting yourself a performance air filter. I got one here from K&N, and what this does is basically gives you a little bit more power as well, and it can also enhance your fuel economy. This is something that you can do at home. It's really simple. I paid about $60 for this. And all you need is literally just a screwdriver. It's about 8 screws that just takes it off. And the good thing is you don't need a mechanic. You don't need to pay anyone. All you need is like 5 minutes of your time. And I actually have a couple of photos right here that you can kind of see how I did it. So a couple things when you're changing out the air filter. Number one is just make sure that you're using a Torx screwdriver. So that's the kind that has the little star at the top rather than like a Phillips. It might be kind of intuition for you to grab a Phillips screwdriver for these screws when you see them, but don't use it. You're gonna strip the screws. And you obviously don't want to do that. But like I said, there's about 8 of them. And the good thing is they're actually set in the cover of the air filter. So if you unscrew them, you don't have to worry about them coming off and dropping them and getting them lost in the engine compartment. They're actually going to stay right there. So all you do is just unscrew it, take out that air filter, put the new one in exactly the same way, screw it right back, and you're good to go. So all these tips can run you about $100, but that'll add a lot of Fahrvergnügen to your ride, and I think it's going to make a big difference. I certainly think it's great, and I highly recommend the same for you. I hope you enjoyed the video, and please leave any comments or subscribe if you'd like. Thanks so much.